All we have to do is follow it, and we will be physically and spiritually immune to Satan's trap, whether it be in the kitchen or in religion, wherever it is. But that's why it's so important, because this is really How to Eat to Live is a disease preventing and an age reversing life and life more abundantly dietary system designed specifically for the time we live in right now. It's a proactive way of eating that will keep us not just curing what went wrong, but keep us from ever having a thing go wrong in the first place.
Yes, sir. For young Black men in their 20s, 30s, how should we go about eating, exercise, things like that? Because Brother Nuri, I see so many brothers working 2-3 jobs, hustling, working hard, but not taking care of our inside. So how should we probably go about that?
Well, there's a whole lot of things that we think are important until we get sick. And then when we get sick, we realize all the stuff we thought was important wasn't all that important.
You just want to be healthy.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's important. So there's a verse in the Quran that says, talking about when judgment starts coming, it says that the wealthy and the rich man, no matter how much wealth he had, he said he would be willing to ransom all that he owned and all that he possessed just to get a few more days.
Just a few more days.
A few more days just to live a few more days.
Wow.
So that's how. So, in this world, they always say health is wealth. That's a lie. Health is way more than wealth. Wealth is something you can lose and get back. But health and time is something that when it's gone, it's very challenging to get it back. You don't get time back. You can recover and redeem health, but it's very challenging. So health is much more than wealth. Health is bigger than wealth. Best of health and spirit. Wow. So remember that whenever we are young, that is whenever we are really forming ourselves and developing our systems. As we get older, our systems began to just repeat themselves and reinforce whatever we established. So we should do it right as early as possible. What did God say? Train up a child
in the way they should go.
In the way they should go.
Yeah.
In other words, whatever you want to see your future look like, whatever you want your son and daughter's future to look like, how do you want them to eat? How do you want them to think? What kind of husband and father do you want your son to be? What kind of mother and daughter do you want your daughter, mother and a wife, do you want your daughter to be? Don't wait till they get grown and start teaching them. Don't tell them that you can eat all the candy you want right now and all the junk food.
How about that? It's in the name, huh?
Think about junk food. What is junk?
It's trash.
Junk is trash. It is waste. It is something damaged that is no good anymore. Why would we want to put junk food into our bodies? It's always hurt my heart to move through the city or any city and drive past a fast food restaurant and I seen a Lamborghini at Taco Bell. I seen a Phantom at McDonald's. Do you know when you're driving a high-end sports car or a luxury automobile, you cannot put 87.
Nah.
You can't put regular. You got to put premium octane fuel.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you're willing to put premium octane fuel in an automobile that's going to get you from the east side to the west side, and you're not willing to put premium octane fuel into this vehicle that's going to get God from here to the future? It's bad math. We should be treating this much better than we treat that. And if we're going to invest in, make sure that we invest in health. Moving around fast, of course, it makes it challenging because now you are stuck to go in your mind to these restaurants. But it'll be better for us to bring our food with us. The value of How to Eat to Live is the basic fundamental starter kit for How to Eat to Live is eat one meal a day. And the best time to eat that meal is between 4 and 6, and then fast 3 days out of the month.
Wow.
And if we did that, we would almost never get sick. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that eating like that could cause you to live a good, healthy, vibrant life up to 140 years of age. Just doing that.
Come on.
And then you can do it better. You can do that one meal, and then you can cut out all the meat products, cut out all bad food, sugar, all the stuff that's harmful and then you can keep it advancing your system and make it even better. So if we are eating one meal a day, then we shouldn't care about, breakfast, brunch, and lunch. We should say, you know what, I'm gonna eat dinner anyway, so I'll eat when I get off of work.
That's a lot of food, man. Every day.
And look at how much money that we'll see. Not only does eating one meal a day save our life, it also saves our economy. Imagine if black people cut out the sin tax and then cut out breakfast and lunch money. I mean, I'm saying no more Black and Milds, no more cigarillos, no more drinking, no more club fees, no more making it rain at nobody strip club, no more wasting money buying stuff that's too expensive, way outside of our budget. Cut out all the sin tax, then cut out breakfast and lunch money. Imagine how much money we would have in our possession. I guarantee you, without even making more, we would have much more to do what we really wanted to do. Indeed. So, you know, that's a good system for the young brothers, sisters that are navigating and working very hard, is try to say, I'm gonna eat dinner. And if you have to work during the time of your dinner, then bring your dinner with you.
Indeed.
Make it yourself. That's how athletes function. Yeah. That's how bodybuilders function. They do what's called what? Food prep. Yeah. Meal prep. And they package that up. Yeah. And they are calculating too. They're going at that thing like a scientist. Yeah. Well, you mean to tell me that bodybuilding and basketball and football is more significant than what you called in life to do? No. If they're willing to be a scientist with their food and do meal prep for something like bodybuilding, what should we be willing to do for nation building? That's right. So that's something that might offer a supplementary way to be able to still stay healthy while you're working very hard.
Indeed, brother. Here in Atlanta, we have a lot of responsible Negroes, if you will, where, you know, people brag about Morehouse and Spelman, or I went to this school, or I'm a doctor, I work this, and they move to white areas, don't come back. Hearing you in the past talk about the three factions that couldn't be taught at HBCUs, it made me think about times like now, right, where you talked about mating, finance, and warfare. Why were those three factions forbidden when it comes to Black institutions and learning?
Well, this is because they are the essentials for building an independent nation that is going to not just survive, but also thrive. So in 1867, in Congress, they were discussing and debating after Emancipation Proclamation in 1865, are we going to allow Negroes to get higher education? The answer was, yes, we will. But one, they can't come to our schools. And whatever school they set up, there's three sciences that must never be taught to the slave. And that was the science of warfare, the science of finance, and the science of mating. Now, finance, now you look at Black people. Look at our problems. They're all under those three umbrellas. We war. We don't know science of warfare. If we did, we wouldn't be killing each other. Right. Anytime an army kills their own people, they call that friendly fire. You can never win a war against an enemy if you're fighting a civil war against yourself. Then finance, $1.3 trillion. That's how much Black people have brought in as earnings in the last 2 years, 1.3 both years. That makes, out of 233 nations on earth, that makes Black people the 8th richest nation on the planet. My goodness. We have doubled the amount of wealth of Mexico, almost doubled the amount of wealth of Spain. Mexico has $637 billion a year, but they maintain 130 million people over 760,000 square mile land where they own everything. Wow. Spain has 46 million people, 208,000 square miles, and they only have $700 billion. Here we are with double their money and don't even have 10% of what they possess. We don't own nothing. Even when you come into our community, the only thing that we own is barbershops and beauty shops. Everything else is owned by somebody else. It's the Vietnamese that are doing all the nails. It's the Koreans that are selling all of the hair. It's the Arabs that have the you buy, we fry. It's the Indians that have all the gas stations. See, we don't own. It's the white people that have the payday loan spots. It's the Jew with the pawn shop. We don't own nothing even in our own community. You can't even go into America and find a little Ghana or a little Nigeria or a little Africa. Yeah. But you can find Chinatown. You can find Jewtown. You can find little Havana. You can even find little Haiti. But you can't find no little Africa. Why? We have never been taught the science of finance. And then, of course, the science of mating is a two-sided coin. Mating is putting the right two people together. That's mate selection. And then mating means that what? You properly cultivate the product that comes from the two people you put together. That's parenting.
Yeah.
Look at our problems. 75% divorce rate. That means we got a mating problem. Mm. Children, 70% of our children are being raised right now by a single impoverished black woman. How's parenting going right now? See, so these are the reasons that they didn't want us to learn it, is because they knew that if we didn't know it, we would be what we are right now. Yeah. And we are people that are 100% employees and consumers. Mm. We are people that are just barely surviving. We are a non-threatening entity to the power structure of this world when they know that God told the world, I'm going to come. I'm going to make the bottom rail the top, the last the first, the least the most. Yep. I'm going to make the stone that all the builders rejected, the cornerstone of the new world. Mm. They know who that is. That's right. So let's keep them. Let's dumb them down. Yeah. Let's keep them not learning the essential knowledge that they need to be a nation. And if they don't know how to pick a wife and she don't know how to pick a husband, and they're going to produce children and don't know how to raise them, and then if we get money that I give them, they don't know how to do nothing with them. They're going to give it all back to me anyway. That's right. And then on top of that, they don't see me as the enemy, so they're only going to fight and kill each other. Oh, I got this thing under control. I'll never be out of power. That's how a white man thinks. So this is the reason those three sciences were not taught to the slave, because it keeps white supremacy in authority and keeps black inferiority the modus operandi of the day.
Yes, sir. You've been great, brother. A few more minutes, but what do you love the most about being a husband?
I could say as a husband, when a man is really in love with a woman, her needs become his goals. Love, the minister said this, love anticipates need. So a real man that loves his wife gets more joy out of seeing her happy, doing something for her, than he ever could get doing something for himself. So that's what I love. I love being able to see a smile on my wife's face. She knows she has to be very careful. Every time she says she likes something, if she doesn't want it, she has to put a disclaimer on it. She will say, oh, that's really nice, but I don't want it. I'm not saying that I want it. I do not want it. I like it, but not for me. I like it for somebody else, but I'm just saying it's nice. I don't want it. Because, love anticipates needs. And whenever you're in love, when a man's in love with a woman, her needs really and her wants become his goal. So I love seeing her smile. And what I've seen in my little sojourn in life is that you can really tell the goodness and the greatness of a man by the size of the smile of the woman in his life's face. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that women are the natural reflectors of the man. Wow. Look at this. He said there's no such thing as a no good woman. Any no good woman was made that way by a no good man.
How about that?
So if we're good, if we really are great like we say, then prove it by that wife of yours having joy in her heart and a smile on her face. Indeed. And that's the way that it should be. And what you'll find is that it goes both ways. When that sister, that wife is in love with her husband, then his needs become her goals. Yeah. The next thing you know, you have two people competing with each other to prove that I love you more than you love me. Yeah. And now you got a healthy home because everybody is looking at service of the other as means of happiness for themselves. Come on. And that's what I would say.